points for Clayton. I'm sure Coach Lee is going to continue that. But right now, West Johnston's just finding a hard time getting the rock in the basket.
12-2, Comets up by 10. Second period coming up next on the CRN Sports Network. This is conference tournament basketball.
Sportsmanship. It means a lot of things.
It means showing respect for the opposing team
And being a good host for our visitors.
It's about modeling good behavior and not getting caught up in the emotion of the moment.
It's about winning with humility.
Losing with dignity.
It is about making my high school games.
It's a good memory that I can enjoy for years to come.
Mr. Official.
Mom.
Dad, son,
Daughter.
Coach.
Are we in this together?
sportsmanship. Together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Second period back underway. Wesley Outland, Bruce Barron on the call here on the CRN Sports Network. This is the semifinal for the Greater News 3A Conference Tournament Championship. Clayton Comets and the West Johnston Wildcats. The winner will play the East Wake Warriors, who played earlier this afternoon. Bruce, you got stats on that game?
Well, I sure do. Yeah, I got stats on it. TJ Ray, Carlicia Carmen had 14 points that
Awesome.
led East Wake in that win tonight.
That's 45-41 East Wake over the Cleveland Rams, and the men Cleveland Rams will play the Clayton Comets in the semifinal game. And Clayton, if they win, will play South Johnston, another rival game. Whew. Talk about pressure. And we got a whistle and a travel call against Comets. It'll be Wildcats ball.
Be interesting to see now what Coach Jefferson has done to try to beat this zone trap that the Comets have. And there's a turnover.
Yeah, turnover. Comets ball. That's Dariana Howard. Howard sets it up to Washington. Washington under the basket and two and good.
Nice finish there by the Comets in transition.
So it'll be Comets ball. Putting it in for two is Washington. Now West Johnston back on the offense, or will it be a turnover by Watkins? Watkins goes back to Howard. Howard carries it to her own on the basket, and she puts it in for two.
Underhand scoop there by Washington, finishing on another transition basket.
And that's her first points of the game, 16-2. Clayton up by 14 here as they prepare their quest to go to the ship in the tournament championship and on for the state title. Throw the ball away, McDougal in 30 on West Johnston. It'll be Comets basketball, Bruce Barrett.
Yeah, number 25 was trying to get that pass off to McDougal there, and it was over her head. And another turnover, and it's the defense of Clayton that just getting after the ball.
Comets ball. Washington back to Watkins. Looking inside to Howard. Travel call on the Comets and turnover. Got to work on the mistakes, though.
Yeah, that's a second traveling turnover in this period.
Got to work on not making those mistakes. We're underway here in the first half. It's second period. This is Clayton playing West Johnston. They're up by 14. And here comes Clayton back up on the offense again. Washington for Howard. Howard to the basket.
Move.
Another easy two.
Wow, what a move by Washington there. She spun to the inside of the court and then played it off the glass. A little Windex work, if you will.
Little sweet chin music. Good job there in this tournament. We've got the Wildcats. They're playing against the Comets. A great, great game. The winner of this game will move on to the championship. And I said it would be so fitting if it was the Clayton Comets and East Wake, but they still got a long way to go. This game's still in the early going. Anything can happen. A lot of basketball. As we have a whistle and a foul, it's going to, or a whistle stoppage, a play out of play is going to be against Clayton. It'll be West Johnston ball.
Yeah, it looked like number 32, Delaney Eves, there was the last to touch the ball, and it's going to give the ball back to West Johnston. Now, West Johnston needs to set up a basket here. They need to get their offense going here. They need points.
Here we go.
And they're just missing shots. There was a nice pass to the inside, and there was a miss there, and it's Clayton ball coming back.
So a turnover. And Clayton coming back with the ball with Washington. Washington going back to Howard. Under pressure. They make their way.
Cage.
Put it in. Washington for 2.
Man, they're just really attacking the basket, and they're also playing great defense. And right now, West Johnson is just struggling to find an answer. And we have a foul called. And it's going to be on Kaisha Washington, her first, team first, with 4:26, Wes, left to go in the second period. That was their first foul.
I think the foul was going to be on Kaisha Washington. That's right. Foul on her first. First foul on Kaisha Washington, 20-2. And now West Johnston trying to pick up the pieces with Tucker and Brewington. And now back to Blake, going back inside to Tucker again, trying to get on the board. How about number 23? That was Adriana Maldonado. No, I'm sorry. That was actually number 22, and that is Chloe Nolan. She actually got the points there. So good job.
Rebound on the another missed shot, but she got the rebound and put the ball in the basket this time. And that was some good defense there by West Johnson with the turnover.
Yes.
A little pressure there by number 34, Meredith Robertson, by Clayton, forcing the ball out of bounds. It will remain ball going to West Johnston here.
All right, so West Johnston back on the defense again. Off is Clayton. Let's see what Caitlin Tucker can do. She powers away to the basket. What a nice little floater in for 2. All right.
How about that little spin there before she launched that ball getting into the lane?
That's now 4 points on the point guard, senior Caitlin Tucker. One of the starters of the starting 5 of the game, and a turnover on the Wildcats. It'll be Comets ball. 20-6. Clayton up by 14, but West Johnston starting to close in on them points.
Oh, what a pass.
Turned it over. Shirley Moses couldn't get there in time. Turns it back over. And the takeaway by Brooklyn Blake. And Brooklyn Blake now hands it back off to Caitlin Tucker. They come back down the court. And an easy shot there for 2.
Clayton Tucker got a little bit of inside leverage there. Drove to the basket and was able to put it in. And right now she has scored the last 4 points.
6 points
6
now
points, yeah.
for Caitlin Tucker, number 20. And then the long score by Chloe Nolan, the 5'8 junior for the Wildcats. It's 20-8, and throwing the ball away. Last touch by West, it'll be Comets ball.
Yeah, nice job there by number 3, Brooklyn Blake, on defense there, forcing that ball out of bounds, keeping that ball from getting in the inside, because that pass was going towards the basket.
Number 30, Ansley Stewart in the game now for the Comets. Wing freshman at 5'6". 12-point lead, 20-8, 2:35 remaining in the first half of play. Comets and Wildcats for the Greater News 3A tournament semifinal on CRN. And now Howard goes back to Sharp. They'll go back to the line, throwing back to the baseline. Nope, sets up 3-point mark to Hedinger. Hedinger will back up to midcourt. Sets it up now back to Ansley Stewart. That's the wing freshman. Goes back to freshman Howard. Now back to Hedinger. Hedinger now goes back to Best, and in
offensive foul.
Delaney Eves, and a foul on the offense.
Actually, they're saying it was out of bounds.
It's out of bounds. It's out of bounds. Yeah, out of bounds, and they're going to turn the ball back over to West Johnston.
Yeah, West Johnston went to a box and one, and they had a player that was shadowing number 32 there for Clayton, Delaney Eves, and they went to a box and one, and they just had somebody on her the whole time, forcing that turnover.
So the winner of this game.
Timeout.
Timeout on the court. The winner of this game will make their way to the championship. They will play East Wake.
It'll be a 30-second timeout here, Wes.
We'll stay on the air. We're not going to go anywhere.
Yes, sir. 1:56 to go in the game. 20-8 right now. The Comets are leading West Johnston. I'm looking over here at Coach Jefferson, and she is trying to inspire her troops to finish. And that's the problem right now. But we saw in the last maybe 3 minutes of this game, they're starting to get their offense together now and putting the ball in the basket. But they've got to continue to do that. Clayton is got to continue putting pressure on the ball. It's be West Johnston ball.
So West Johnston ready to inbound it again, led by number 10, Sydney Holland. First time we've mentioned her name here in the broadcast tonight. 20-8, 12-point lead. Here comes Tucker. Power away to the basket is Brewington. Brewington for two, and they lead.
And Rachel,
back up there. Now they're cut the deficit down in half.
Rachel McFall with a really nice pass out there to set that score up.
Sharp with the ball for the Comets. Score cut in half, 20-10. A shot for three by Sharp. Howard gets the rebound under the basket. She'll get fouled. She's going to free throw land. Foul on number 20, Caitlin Tucker, point guard senior number 20, and that'll be her second foul in the game. 17 foul for the Wildcats in the first half of play. And this will bring number 5, Dariana Howard, guard shooting forward, freshman at 6 feet to the line, and she'll miss her first.
Yeah, they'll be... and also, the Comets will be in the 1-and-1 now.
So they're in the bonus, meaning they'll go the 1-and-1 next time they're fouled. 20-10 the score. It's half point. The deficit cut in half. 1:20 in the first half of play. She'll make her second free throw. That's 5 points now on Howard for the first half of play. And here comes Unique Best as Peyton Sharp will take a rest. 80 seconds of play remaining in the first half. Comets and Wildcats. The winner goes to take on the East Wake Warriors for the women's portion of the Greater News 3A Conference Tournament Women's Championship.
Nice defense there by Alexia Watkins, batting that ball out of bounds.
Turns it over. It'll be West Johnston ball led by number 12, Elena Brewington. Brewington will inbounder back to Tucker. Going back to Brewington. Turns it back over to Holland. Holland goes now back to Tucker. 1 minute remaining in the first half of play. And here comes Brewington to the basket. About turned it over. Brooklyn Blake was her savior. Or will she go for three? Off the rim. It's an air ball and no good by Alana Brewington. Comets with the ball. Here comes Washington and her two-lady pressure. She about lost the ball. She gathers it back and she keeps it going.
Yeah, West Johnston got their hand on the ball. It was going up. That was a nice defensive play by West Johnston. But Clayton was able to get the rebound, and now they're setting their offense up.
Delaney Eves now with the Brock, one of the 5 starters in the game. Watkins is there. Washington under pressure there by Blake. Goes back, sets it up. Washington powers away to the basket. And now she'll set back and reset at midcourt. Final 18 seconds of the first half. Ready to roll down here in Clayton. Eves looking back, setting up, 10 seconds to play. Eves is there.
West is in a man now.
West in the man, ready to bring this to the house for the first half of play. Watkins, a shot for three, up short, and that's the first half.
Well, there was a point where West Johnston was trailing. They only had 2 points, but they put some offense together, and they cut the lead in half, and now they trail by 11, 21-10 here at halftime.
21-10. That's the first half. We'll look at stats, fouls, analysis, and more in the Symmetry Financial Halftime Report next on the CRN Sports Network. This is Comets Basketball.
Some energy drinks want to scare you. Some even want to bully you around. And the others, they're just blowing smoke. Packed with vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, the new HiQ energy drink comes available in 4 exciting flavors. Skyberry Fusion, Apple, Coconut Fruit Punch, and Lemon Lime. Natural caffeine, no preservatives, no crash, no bull. HiQ energy drink. Wings are for birds.
I'm a student athlete, which means I'm still learning.
I'm still growing.
I'm getting important lessons about perseverance, teamwork,
Determination, respect, and dedication through playing sports at my school.
Mom, Dad, Coach, in a few years,
I'll probably forget a lot of the details, but I won't forget the lessons I learned
from the way you act towards my teammates,
coaches, referees, and other fans.
What kind of lesson do you want me to learn? I'm watching.
Sportsmanship. Together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Looking for a life insurance company that specializes